Looks like a fellow by the name of Trent. He was arguing tooth and nail under one of my videos. I don't normally argue with people. Once in a while, people, tell me some stupid stuff, and I put them to their place in a nice way, right? But anyways, fellow here is arguing Trent, right, tooth and nail as to why, and he's saying, "Oh, I'm a passive, innocent investor. I'm not a network marketer promoting the scheme, blah blah blah. And they're registered with so and so, and they're 100% legitimate." Then I'm like, "Why is this guy arguing so much?" Then I looked at the picture, and I'm like, then it finally dawned on me. His name, he's not Trent, right? Do you guys recognize this fellow? What about this pretty lady? Right? Over here, she looks different because she has long black hair. But that's him with the same hairstyle that you're seeing here. Go back here. Go back here. Go back here. Anyways, what we're going to find out here, other than Eddie Peshin trolling my YouTube channel. I don't know how long this has been. I guess it's probably a regular thing. Founders of Ponzi's, when they don't like when you tell the truth to the public, they like scamming senior citizens out of their pension just so that they could, drink out of coconuts on the beaches of the world. But anyways, what we're going to talk about that's even more important than Eddie's trolling is this here. This is a load of bullshit, a load of bunk. You guys want to stick around for this. Novatechfx, fake registration, all of that coming up in just a moment. It's going to be entertaining, guys. Welcome to the channel. On this channel, what I do, as per request by my viewers, to review stuff. But the problem with this idea is that 99.9% of the stuff that they ask me to review usually turns out to be Ponzi schemes. Some of the systems that I have reviewed and didn't recommend have scammed people to the tune of billions of dollars collectively. You do not want to become one of these victims. Get in the know and click on the bell notification icon. That way you won't miss out on any important information. Also, if you're looking for a legitimate training course, powerful opportunity, 100% legal and legitimate, underneath this video, first link in the description box below, created by an expert in crypto, and you'll even get a one-on-one coach and mentor every step of the way. Okay, underneath this video, first link in the description box below, just click on the more button. Some of you guys looking for traffic, affordable, high converting traffic, to your links, second link underneath this video. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. This is the fellow here, Trent. Turns out to be this fellow here, which is this fellow here, right? Eddie, and that's his wife, Cynthia, right? That's her as she looks now. Different hairstyle. You guys probably know this fellow, but we're not going to talk about him. So that's Cynthia over here, and Eddie. It's an older pic. And yeah, so it turns out that Eddie, aka Trent, was just trying to discredit one of my videos. I did a review. One person asked me to create a new review for Novatech, saying the one I created last year was outdated. So I made a new one, and I guess Eddie Peshin didn't like it. One fellow said, I haven't had any issues. Usually I get a lot of network marketers coming and arguing, trying to discredit. Then this other person here turned out to be Eddie, right? Trent, aka Eddie. Same here, no issues. If a company is registered with the Financial Crime Enforcement Network, a Bureau of Department Treasury, blah, 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 is flying under the radar. Rory will be making more content like this for more years to come. Okay, that's what he's saying. He's talking about... I also covered the story when Novatechfx got a fraud warning in Russia. If you haven't seen it, it's on my channel. It's also on my blog, RorySinghReviews.com. Check it out there. Okay. Also, some of you guys may have questions about this opportunity, and maybe you know people who might get scammed by it. Be sure to share this video with them. Okay, it's going to help them, right? So what was Trent talking about? He was talking about Fincen. To make a long story short, let's go over here. Novatech. He was saying Novatech is 100% legal and legitimate because they're registered with Fincen, right? Fincen is, let me just type it in here. Let me just, bear with me for 1 sec. Financial Crimes Enforcement Network is a bureau of the United States Department of Treasury. Okay. It covers stuff like monitors money laundering, terrorist financing. Now, for those of you who do not know about securities registration, in order for Novatech to be 100% legit, since most of the people seem to be investing from the US, donating their hard-earned money to Novatech, right? They need to register with the US Securities and Exchange Commission. I made a video about this too, why Ponzi schemes can't register, because if they register with the SEC, and they also have to register with like the Florida Securities Commission and Texas and any state and any country that anyone decides to invest from in order for it to be legal, right? Hopefully you follow me here. But Novatech can't register because if they registered with the SEC in the US to give people a legal passive investment opportunity, then they have to give the SEC permission to audit them, and that would show them exactly where the revenue is coming from. And then, you know, at the end of the day, network marketing recruitment is not a replacement for pretend trading. Or actually, maybe it is the way that I worded it, right? So Novatechfx is pretending they have trading, just like these two, right? These two were pretending that they had mining when he was the president of AWS mining scam, and she was the vice president of the AWS mining scam that didn't have any mining and weren't registered, and AWS got shut down by the Texas Securities Commission back in 2018. I even did a video on it, and Cynthia, right, the beautiful Cynthia, was all over my video using her real name, arguing tooth and nail about why my information was bullshit, right? But then they still exit scammed, and then they started Novatechfx. And then she deleted all of her comments. How could she do this? How could she do this? Anyways, let's look here quickly. NovaPay LLC. This is a limited liability corporation. It's just a piece of paper in the government's drawer, right? That's a way to look at it. I have an incorporation here for Ontario, Canada, and I used it for trucking when I was a truck driver, a contract driver for years. It doesn't give me permission to offer people an ROI. It just gave me permission to open up a business name, okay? So the address here, 955 Salisbury Way, Unit 210, turns out to be this address here, which I believe that the patients on purpose misspelled it. Can you imagine that? You can open up an LLC corporation certificate. Get a certificate, a legal certificate for an incorp. That's just a business number in the U.S. with fake info. 955 sans misspelling, and the government's not even corporation sector, anyways, of the government is not even checking things out. Okay, so they spelt it SANDSBURRY way, Sainsbury way. But look at that zip code 33411. Same zip code 33411 up here. 955 Sainsbury Way 210. This is the actual place. Okay. And it was some type of allergy clinic, allergy treatment, it says on the door. But right now it's vacant. Someone's going to come in here and open up another business. So Novatechfx is not here. Okay. So it looks like fake made up address. Why would this be? Strip mall. That's it there. Suite 210. Right? Units 210. Anyways, why would this be? Well, Cynthia Peshin was a realtor before she started calling herself the Reverend CEO. Maybe she still is a realtor. Maybe her and Eddie are both realtors. I mean, she still could be a realtor in South Florida. Who knows? Okay. But being as such, or with experience of real estate, they must be laughing their asses off with the stuff that they're making up here, right? Because there's a lot of network marketers going around, and this is the thing that they've got in their back pocket, telling their victims that, hey, Novatechfx is 100% legitimate because they're registered. And they're not registered. They're not registered with the SEC. They're also not registered with the CFTC. CFTC, right, Commodities and Futures Commission, because they're pretending that they have trading, even if they're pretending. If you say you have Forex trading, what did CashFX do? They did the same bullshit, right? Not that long ago. They had a taxi cab driver and a bunch of construction workers who didn't know anything about trading, and they had them parading on stage saying we were the and CashFX was a lot bigger than Novatechfx is. The Ponzi scheme bullshit that they come out with, right? And Novatech, where's the trading? Who's dumb enough to believe that they actually have Forex trading? I'm not trying to insult your intelligence if you're one of the people who believe, hey, you found the holy grail of systems that you're going to retire wealthy. You got to ask yourself, where are they getting the dough to pay you guys? And if it's coming from network marketing recruitment, how many Hyperverse was bigger, CashFX was bigger, and if you've never heard of these things, go Google them. They're bigger Ponzi schemes because they had a lot more network marketing and network marketers and some big guru leaders that had a lot of followers, and they had a lot of clout in the home-based business industries. Were bringing all of their teams, and they still, both Hyperverse and CashFX, exit scammed because they didn't have any trading or no revenue outside of network marketing recruitment to pay passive investors. What does that mean? That means eventually they were going to run out of new victims to scam to pay the older investors. Okay, so the address here is fake. I don't know who this. Look at this lady here, Deborah Brazil, and then she's also saying she is authorized member, AMBR. That's what that means, right? Same fake address. Eddie Peshin. I looked up this address here. And that looks like a house. No, I don't love this home. It is a nice home, but this is the address that they have here that Eddie had. 13265 Garwood Court, Wellington, Florida. 33449. Okay. And unfortunately, this house was just sold back in May. Sold on May 26, 2022. Maybe Eddie and Cynthia lived there. Maybe they were just making up more bullshit. Who truly knows? So things aren't looking good on this Novatech registration currently. Okay. These guys are like ghosts. I even looked them up on Facebook. They don't even have profiles currently. Like ghosts. But they're playing hardcore game here. If they get caught after this thing exits scams, they could go to jail for, and initially they look like realtors. I do not know what Eddie was doing, but I do know Cynthia was a realtor. Maybe she still is. Maybe she still has her day job. Right? Some people think that they're being savvy, have big income on the side, and have your day job still going. Some people think like that. Who knows? I knew a woman, friend of my dad. She was a bank manager in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Royal Bank manager. And she won a few $1 million and still kept her job. Her husband, he resembled even Eddie, now that I'm thinking. Another friend of my dad, they were going to go into divorce until she won the lottery, and then he stayed with her. That's a friend of my dad, right? Friend of the family. And she kept her day job as a bank manager, so you never know. And let's look at this address here. Authorized persons. (1825) Northwest Corporate Boulevard, Unit 10. Turns out to be this place here. So it's not looking good for Novatechfx. They haven't given you any solid address up to now. 1825 Northwest Corporate Boulevard, Suite 110, right? Suite 110. Cynthia Peshin, manager. Novatech Advisors LLC. Did any of you guys do any due diligence and research? Because I keep seeing on my comment section, hey Rory, you need to do due diligence and research. Have you guys done any? That means I actually went through this info. 1825 Northwest Corporate Boulevard, 110 is this place. It's just a virtual office in Boca, Florida. Beautiful area, but you're not there. Where are they? Maybe they're in South Florida. Maybe they're in LA. Who knows? Maybe they're in Dubai. I'm thinking my spidey senses are tingling. I think the dynamic duo are still in the US, hoping with their fingers crossed. Shit, who the hell would do this? You get into network marketing, you want to get out of your real estate job, you market lotions and potions and pills for years, then eventually you're like, screw it, these passive crypto and forex type of deals. Everyone, we can get Aunt Becky and Uncle Tom into this much easier, right? And people are like, oh, it's investing in crypto and forex. Oh, we heard that's a real smart idea, and then everyone donate, and then it's easy to sign people up. But then, did you guys see the story that I did the other day with Empire's X? 25-year-old kid who was pretending to be master trader is facing like 25 years in prison. I don't fucking want to go to jail for network marketing. Would you guys? That's fucking crazy. Network marketing? Then there's smart. We're going to close off with this. This is getting ridiculous. This is what Mr. Peshin, when he was pretending to be Trent, he was talking about Fincen. Financial crime network that he was talking about turned out to be Fincen. I mentioned Intelligence Prime Capital was also registered with that organization, and they had a fake CEO. Difference between Fintrack, that's based out of Canada for Canadian businesses, than Fincen, a bureau apart from the U.S. Department of Treasury, sir. Whatever company you use as an example which is not registered with Fincen, if you're a content creator, you gotta be prepared to meet the facts with the facts of those who respectively disagree or can debunk your allegations. Really. I never said anything about whether IPC was Canadian or American. However, you seem to be aware of that scam too. At the end of the day, Fincen or Fintrack doesn't grant companies permission to legally offer investors a passive return. Fincen and Fintrack just monitors for money laundering and terrorist financial funding, etc. I told him you can't debunk jack squat. In order for Novatech to be legally registered, they must be registered with every securities regulator everywhere. Isn't that true, guys? I'm thinking this fellow's not that smart. Is this your great leader? Then he pretends he wasn't aware of Intelligence Prime Capital. You keep moving the goalposts, he says. I don't own the company. I don't answer to a stranger law. So why the fuck is he arguing tooth and nail on my channel if he doesn't answer to strangers? Aren't I a stranger? If you don't answer to a stranger, then you shouldn't have commented here trying to pretend that Novatech is legal. As I said, Fintrack's bullshit. Fincen, Fintrack. The goalpost isn't being moved. Novatech is not registered with any securities regulator. They cannot register. And then I asked him, blah, 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 show me where they're registered, and he never came back. I think his ego's bothering him. Eddie, a.k.a. Trent. Where I come from, they call that wrong and strong. SmartBit. You see that name, guys? We're going to close off with this SmartBit. 1825 Northwest Corporate Boulevards with the same address that they were using, pretending that's their head office in the U.S., Florida. The virtual office. Novatechfx does not have to be in a building. It doesn't have to be in a warehouse. It can be running out of the Peshin's basement. Well, Florida, there's not all of Florida can have basements. So maybe even a spare bedroom. Can't it not? Can't they pretend that they have trading and get a whole bunch of network marketers into the deal to scam senior citizens and all while running it out of a spare bedroom? Could be. So this is the thing that Eddie Peshin was arguing, the legitimacy of Novatech. MSB registration, Boca, Florida. And it's not even Novatech. SmartBit, right? That's one of his creations. Sounds like another cock and bull story. You take this number, 3,100, 31,000, blah, blah, blah. Let me just copy and paste it here. Okay. So what does it say? This is Fincen like Mr. Peshin was arguing when he was pretending he was Trent, right? SmartBit Inc. I pasted that in. You search. Guy's lying his ass off. You guys are gonna get fucked. Honest to God, with Novatech. I mean, some of the bullshit. Now, here's the number, right? You can start by entering complete, partial information, complete or partial information in one of the fields, right? So I tried SmartBit Inc. It's not showing anything. Now let's see the number in the Novatech bullshit registration PDF. I copied it here, right? I pasted it here. I'm doing it live. We're not making up stuff. Search results. There's no search results. These bozos are not even registered on Fincen. They're just pretending they're registered on Fincen. Do you guys see the problem with this? Okay. Hey, lastly, I forgot this here. If you go to Novatechfx.com, you click contact, right? If you go to the bottom of the website, they have a business number. For where it doesn't matter. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And then they have an LLC that they somehow managed to create, and I showed you they misspelled the address, and it's a vacant retail space, and they're not even there. Right? They're not even here in St. Vincent either. These guys are ghosts. You guys are going to get fucked real bad when this thing tanks. And tick, tick, it's counting down. Whether you guys, it's going to hurt, ruffle your feathers. You got to pull up your big boy and your big girl panties. We don't always like to hear things that we need to hear. You're not even in St. Vincent. Maybe they're Caribbean folks. Who the hell's going to pick a St. Vincent and the Grenadines address? They must be Caribbean people. I'm Caribbean people, right? I'm from Guyana. It's not in the Caribbean, but we're like a Caribbean type country, right? Caribbean man, right? Guyana. We have like Carabana, that kind of stuff. Carnival, like Trinidad and Tobago. Same shit, right? My next door neighbor, at the last place I used to live with, my last house, he was from St. Vincent, Isaac, and he loved the gospel, right? But anyways, look at this here. Looky here. Suite 305, Griffith Corporate Center, P.O. Box 1510. You guys can do this, due diligence and research on your own. Go do it yourself. Suite 305, Griffith Corporate Center, P.O. Box 1510. Griffith Corporate Center. Other person complaining about he had fraud with his broker. There's another misuse, abuse of Suite 305 on the Griffith Corporate Center website. Misuse, abuse of Suite 305 Griffith Corporate Center. We have been encountering many inquiries and negative ratings online for companies that appear to occupy space at our complex, namely Suite 305. The negative commentary and ratings online are unwarranted and are completely misguided. In case of any allegation of fraud, you can pursue the following course of action and just email them or call them at that phone number. Those are the people who actually own that company. We go to their website, Griffith Corporation Center. St. Vincent, Grenadines, understanding what you need, services, registered office, virtual office, satellite office, conference room, and blah blah blah. Certain the Passions and Novatechfx is not even in St. Vincent legally, guys. I don't even think they're paying a monthly subscription fee using this address. I think they just that's pretty cheap. It's not even expensive. You can get a corporate address at a virtual office address provider. And they, guess what? They even do like LLC, well, not an LLC, but they create corporations in St. Vincent. And, you know, a corporation in St. Vincent or even in Florida, it's worthless and useless and meaningless in respects to securities registration. Okay. Another fellow here was using that, he got in trouble with another company using that same address. Look at this here. Alex Watts was his name. Could you explain your situation? Okay, this is Alex Watts that's helping him with fraud. My name is... I will help you with this. Anyways, look. I made a transfer, that's the customer, from bank to bank broker on November 21, 2014. Look how long scammers have been using that St. Vincent and Grenadines address. Now, after making profit, asked to withdraw a week ago, which should have been done in 3 days, have no answer from them. How can you help me? How much was the transfer for? Alex is asking the customer the question. Have you met the broker? Customer says transfer was for $50,000. Have you met this person before? If not, where are they based? No, never met them. Somebody gets scammed using that same address. 305 Griffith Corporate, blah blah blah, St. Vincent and Grenadines. Anyways, guys, I think that's enough info. If this is the big card that Novatechfx and the Passions have up their sleeve, you guys are SOL, guys. SOL. Shit out of luck. Once this exit scams, right? Or they get more fraud warnings, and then it'll eventually exit scam. They won't be able to keep up with the if everyone tried to get their money out at Novatech, it's going to exit scam. Why? Because if there's no trading happening, where are they going to get the money to pay you guys? Then they have a big, huge MLM compensation plan, just like CashFX and Hyperverse. They got to pay all the affiliates. So when you guys are donating your hard-earned money, hoping that you found the holy grail of retire me wealthy systems, you got to remember that the Passions are living the laptop multi-millionaire lifestyle, and then they've got some heavy-duty MLM leaders they got to pay, and their teams they got to pay. So all that money that you guys are giving them, you're giving them your hard-earned money right now, they have to use. It's going out the window to pay the MLM side of things and to pay themselves. Now, if there's no trading happening, you guys are like, oh, we don't care if there's any trading as long as they're paying. Right? But then at the end of the day, once they run out, and if there's no trading, where are they going to get money to pay you guys? Especially you guys coming in now. Some dude even came to an old CashFX video that I did, and he's like, hey, Rory, I gave him 10 grand last month. Is there any way I can get it back? I'm like, sorry, man. Sorry for your loss. Your money was gone the moment you handed it over to them.